How did David handle his return to Jerusalem as king after betrayal and false accusations? How difficult is it reconciling a divided nation or church? Let's look at 2 Samuel 19. Did Joab disapprove of David, mourning his rebellious son? Then it was reported to Joab, "Behold, the king's weeping, and he mourns for Absalom." So the victory that day was turned into mourning for all the people, because the people heard it said that day, "The king's in mourning over his son." And the people entered the city surreptitiously that day, just as people who are humiliated surreptitiously flee in battle. And the king covered his face and cried out with a loud voice, "My son Absalom, Absalom, my son, my son." Then Joab came into the house to the king and said, "Today you've shamed all your servants, who've saved your life today, and the lives of your sons and daughters, the lives of your wives, and the lives of your concubines, by loving those who hate you, and by hating those who love you. For you've revealed today that commanders and servants are nothing to you. For I know today that if Absalom were alive, and all of us were dead today, then it would be right as far as you're concerned. Now therefore arise, go out and speak kindly to your servants. For I swear by the Lord, if you don't go out, no man will stay the night with you, and this will be worse for you than all the misfortune that's happened to you from your youth until now." Did the Israelites seem reluctant about returning David to the throne? So the king got up and took his seat in the gateway. When the men were told, "The king's sitting in the gateway," they all came before him. Meanwhile, the Israelites had fled to their homes. Throughout the tribes of Israel, all the people were arguing among themselves, saying, "The king delivered us from the hand of our enemies. He's the one who rescued us from the hand of the Philistines. But now he's fled the country to escape from Absalom. And Absalom, whom we anointed to rule over us, has died in battle. So why do you say nothing about bringing the king back?" Did the tribe of Judah lack enthusiasm for David after the passing of Absalom? So King David sent to Zadok and Abiathar the priests, saying, "Speak to the elders of Judah, saying, Why are you the last to bring the king back to his house, since the words of all Israel have come to the king, to his very house? You're my brethren, you're my bone and my flesh. Why then are you the last to bring back the king? And say to Amasa, Aren't you my bone and my flesh? God do so to me, and more also, if you're not commander of the army before me continually in place of Joab." So he swayed the hearts of all the men of Judah, just as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word to the king, "Return you and all your servants." Did David return to Jerusalem? And did he forgive Shimei? So the king started back to Jerusalem, and when he arrived at the Jordan River, the people of Judah came to Gilgal to meet him and escort him across the river. Shimei, son of Gera, the man from Bahurim in Benjamin, hurried across with the men of Judah to welcome King David. 1,000 other men from the tribe of Benjamin were with him, including Ziba, the chief servant of the house of Saul, and Ziba's 15 sons and 20 servants. They rushed down to the Jordan to meet the king. They crossed the shallows of the Jordan to bring the king's household across the river, helping him in every way they could. As the king was about to cross the river, Shimei fell down before him. "My lord the king, please forgive me," he pleaded. "Forget the terrible thing your servant did when you left Jerusalem. May the king put it out of his mind. I know how much I sinned. That's why I have come here today, the very first person in all Israel, to greet my lord the king." Then Abishai, son of Zeruiah, said Shimei should die, for he cursed the Lord's anointed king. "Who asked your opinion, you sons of Zeruiah?" David exclaimed. "Why have you become my adversary today? This is not a day for execution, for today I'm once again the king of Israel." Then turning to Shimei, David vowed, "Your life will be spared." did David also reconcile with Mephibosheth regarding Ziba's lies. Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king, and he had neither groomed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes, from the day the king departed until the day he came home in peace. When he'd come to Jerusalem to meet the king said to him, "Why didn't you go with me, Mephibosheth?" He answered, "My lord, O king, my servant deceived me. For your servant said, I'll saddle a donkey for myself, that I may ride on it and go with the king, because your servant is lame. He has slandered your servant to my lord the king. But my lord the king is as an angel of God. Therefore do what's good in your eyes. For all my father's house were but dead men before my lord the king. Yet you set your servant among those who ate at your own table. What right, therefore, have I yet that I should appeal any more to the king?" The king said to him, "Why do you speak any more of your matters? I say you and Ziba divide the land." Mephibosheth said to the king, "Yes, let him take all, because my lord the king has come in peace to his own house." How did David treat Barzillai the Gileadite and his servant Chimham? Now Barzillai the Gileadite had come down from Rogelim. He accompanied the king to the Jordan River to send him off there. Barzillai was very old, 80 years of age. He had supported the king during his stay at Mahanaim, because Barzillai was a very wealthy man. The king said to Barzillai, "Come over the Jordan with me. I'll provide for you at my side in Jerusalem." But Barzillai said to the king, "How many years do I have left that I should go up with the king to Jerusalem? I'm now 80 years old. Do I know what's good or bad any more? Can your servant taste what I eat or drink? Can I hear the voices of men or women singers? Why should your servant be a burden to my master and king? Your servant will cross a short way over the Jordan with the king. But why should the king give me such a reward? Let your servant return, so I may die in my own town, near the grave of my parents. But here's your servant Chimham. Let him cross over with my master and king, and treat him as you think best." The king said, "Okay, Chimham will cross over with me, and I'll treat him as I think best, and I'll do for you anything you desire from me." So all the people crossed over the Jordan River, and the king stayed behind. The king kissed Barzillai and blessed him, and then Barzillai went back to his home. When the king crossed over to Gilgal, Chimham went with him. All the troops of Judah and half the troops of Israel escorted the king across. Was there an argument between Judah and the rest of Israel over David? The soldiers from Israel came to him and said, "Why did our relatives from Judah secretly take you and your family and your soldiers across the Jordan?" The people of Judah answered, "Why are you so angry? We're the king's relatives. He didn't give us any food, and we didn't take anything for ourselves." Those from Israel said, "King David belongs to us 10 times more than he belongs to you. Why didn't you think we were good enough to help you? After all, we were the first ones to think of bringing him back." The people of Judah argued more strongly than the people of Israel. After betrayal and false accusations, pastors may move on so as not to divide the church. Is that always the best solution? Is there a time to return and practice forgiveness? Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and, if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. How did David handle his return to Jerusalem as king? After betrayal and false accusations, how difficult is it reconciling a divided nation or church? You decide.